19 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is Friday, 9/9/16, September 9th, 2016. I'm just amazed how fast time flies. I'm just always amazed at this whole thing.
Yeah, it's quick. Christmas is coming.
It's always coming. There isn't a day where that's not true.
I know. I've got to start my shopping now because I don't want to wait till the last minute.
Right now it's 66 degrees. Temperatures today climbing to 92 degrees. The forecast is calling for a rather nice day. Only a 20% chance of rain mentioned in the forecast for today. Tomorrow there's a 60% chance. And Sunday again a 20% chance. So we got a little bit of a influx, I guess, tomorrow. But otherwise looks like it's going to be a nice and nothing at all like the week before, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be really nice. This morning on the show, 7:35, we've got news and commentary. We will invite you to call in and express your thoughts on things. I know Galen wants to comment on the same thing I had in mind to comment on, so it'll probably be about the not standing for the national anthem movement that we are hearing about.
That whole football team, right?
Right. No, not just them. There's a volleyball player. There's a couple of...
No.
I'll tell you about them.
Oh, my God.
8:35 when we turn off our opinion, Robin. It's news simply from the news agencies at 8:35. Jim George at 9:05. He is our go-to guy when we've got questions about computers and technology. And Apple has this new headphone, jack-free headphone thing or something. So I guess the wireless thing is you will no longer have to have what do you call it? Like earbuds or whatever they call them nowadays, right? Uh-huh. Earbuds? Uh-huh. Is that what they call them? Earbuds?
I don't know.
What did we used to call them when we had the little transistor radio? Earplugs?
Earplugs. Earpiece,
yeah.
Earplugs. That was decades ago.
I know.
Yeah.
I was around. Everybody figures, I want to tell people about something you did decades ago, too. Barbara Carbaugh is coming on at 9:35. She is the community outreach manager for Hires Baxley Funeral Services. They have an event to remember September 11th, 2001. It's called the Field of Flags. And police and first responders will be honored there on Sunday, correct?
Yep, because they're going to have two things. That the police and first responders will be honored with an eternity candle and a commemorative plaque, and then also you got the Field of Flags.
Ocala Magazine Radio will be Ocala Magazine will be represented by Kelly Hart.
Yep.
On Ocala Magazine Radio, which is our show featuring Kelly and the magazine.
Yep.
And always love that segment. Kelly is the executive editor of Ocala Magazine. 10:35, Legal Lane with Vanessa Lane Jennings. She is our go-to person when we have questions about the law. The law.
Yep.
She will answer your questions. We do have fun with Vanessa, but we're also aware that if you've got legal anxieties right now, gosh, the last thing you want to hear is people on the air just yucking it up. So we will, of course, invite you to call in, and we will respect anything you have to ask and listen to. My suggestion with this particular show, it's not like, well, even the garden show with Carol Ann, sometimes you have to have a long answer. But with a legal question, sometimes it's a long, and you have to stay on the phone sometimes. She might have some questions for you regarding your question to her. So
exactly.
It's an interesting learning experience for all of us, but we love Vanessa, and we have fun with her. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Our bottom line recommendation, and if I could just say this, if you call her at her office, then you won't have to deal with us.
Yeah.
But we want you to call on the radio show, too, because we want to learn,
Yeah.
Obviously.
And don't wait till the end.
Oh,
don't
thank
wait till the end of the show, because that's call up in the beginning. Don't be shy.
Really a good piece of advice.
We don't have anything that
you're not going to upset us. We want you to call early.
Yeah.
Gina Nishuat is coming on at 11:05. Gina is a master of public health. She's the injury prevention coordinator of trauma services at Ocala Health, and she's coming in as the guest of Lauren today.
Lauren, yes.
Lauren Debick. Lauren is the marketing manager of communications for Ocala Health. Fun with Joe. You know what today is? It's the 9th day of September, and we haven't done September history yet.
Okay.
So we'll do that. Galen asked us to not prepare a topic for him so that he could talk about the topic he had in mind, which it will not be redundant because I'm sure his thoughts are way different. Not really different in the sense of being opposite, but I'm sure he has thoughts about the folks not wanting to stand for the national anthem. He, of course, is a Navy veteran, and he has a different, unique perspective But I want to make sure that we honor his request to use that time for that. So he'll be talking about that. And I want to tell you about yesterday. Mm-hmm. So yesterday, Robert and I played at this beautiful place called Adina.
Yep, Golf and Country Club.
Yeah, I don't know whether to call it Adina Springs, but I don't see the word Springs on any of their Facebook stuff. So just Adina, right?
No.
So it's this
Golf and Country Club
beautiful
on their
place
website.
off of 326. Mm-hmm. They asked us to play for their Tuscan night. They wanted old world music, which is what we do.
Yep.
And it was, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. The place is awesome, and the people were outstanding. Just love everybody there. And Robin pointed out that we went there to see it for the first time on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Kind of had a brief walkthrough, and we got to see where we would play. The whole point of going on Tuesday was to determine whether or not we would need a sound system. Because a lot of times with our music, we're not putting on a show. We're just there to put like music in the room.
Yes.
And so a sound system sometimes gets to be overkill. There's too much. So anyway, we went there, and Nicole walked us through, and we saw beautiful Stacy that day. She wasn't there yesterday.
No.
But Stacy Rollins has become a friend for a while now. Anyway, so we went Tuesday just to determine whether or not we would need a sound system. And then after we left Tuesday, Robin said to me, I've been here before.
Yep.
And I said, really? I thought this was your first time, because this was my first time being there. No, you said. I was here in 1973.
Yep. And
1973.
Yeah, we.
You went a lot of times.
Yeah.
And why did you go there? What was there at that time?
Well, it was a lime rock pit. That's all it was. It was a real skinny road to get down, and we were, riding the motorcycles. So we would go down this really skinny road.
You were a motorcycle chick.
Yeah, and you would see the, construction guys would be on the other side.
So you and Ronnie would go down there?
Equipment. Yeah.
So
with our friends.
With other friends.
Our biker friends.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Were they still mining at that time?
Yeah.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, they were on the other side, and we were by the pools of water there. I mean, it was, you could not stand on the top and jump into the water, because that's at that particular area, that was, the water that once you got to the bottom, you could wade in it, but you couldn't jump off of it like the other lime rock pit that's on North 441.
So basically you guys would just party.
Yeah. We'd have bonfires. Somebody would throw their, take gasoline, throw it on the wood, and
oh my gosh,
light up. Somebody would bring crates of corn. Of course, you'd have cakes.
How come I know? I always wanted to do this kind of thing. I mean, I'm too old now. But when I was young, I never did these things. I should have done these.
They're adventurous. I've always loved that stuff. Always loved to party and be with people.
Yeah. So what, did you cook anything?
Yeah, people would bring.
Did you bring whole pigs or anything?
No. People would just bring crates of corn and beer, and you would have corn.
Corn and beer.
You'd throw the corn on the fire, and
that sounds good.
Beer, and that was
corn and beer.
I mean, we weren't big snackers then. It was great.
I always pictured at these events that you had a pig or something.
Not there.
No. Just corn and beer.
No, yeah, it was great. It was wonderul. You just
and were you technically 1973? So the statute of limitations has passed. We'll ask Vanessa later on if you're going to be in trouble. But were you trespassing at that time?
Probably. But there were no trespass. There were no
there were no signs.
No.
Oh well, then I can't blame you.
No, so we were down there. We always left it neat and clean.
Did the police ever come and say, "Hey, get out of here, you kids"?
No.
Did that ever happen?
No.
Really?
Yeah. And we weren't really kids. We were 18 and above.
You're kids.
There were people that were 30 years old that were there, and
they weren't kids.
Stuff,
but you were a kid.
So, yeah, I was 18.
So it was fun yesterday to tell Nicole. Robin has been here before, 1973, and we were thinking. Nicole is so young that 1973 to her probably sounds like 1925 to us.
I think so.
It probably sounds like the dark ages to her.
I think so.
Right? Anyway, that's a cool story. I wish there was fun. I wish there was some photographs. I would love to see what it looked like back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really, really nice. It was, we stayed out of trouble and stuff.
So that water is actually a natural body of water then?
Yeah. Mm. Yep.
Anyway, it was beautiful. If you guys are ever have an opportunity to go out to Adina, I know it's a members only thing.
Yeah, you have to call in advance, and then they'll put your name at the guard gate so you can go in there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. All right, well, we will take a little break. On the other side, I want to tell you about the news, offer you an opportunity to express your thoughts on the stories. I want to express my thought on the not standing for the national anthem thing that's happening right now. And we'll be right back.
Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. North Korea has conducted its fifth test of a nuclear weapon, the second such test this year.
China, Russia, the United States, everybody shares concerns, but we're trying still to monitor to find out precisely what took place.
Secretary of State John Kerry speaking in Geneva, Switzerland. The U.S. Coast Guard suspending its search for a woman who apparently jumped overboard from a cruise ship. Officials say Rena Patel of New York jumped from the Carnival Ecstasy as it passed near Grand Bahama. The battle for a spot in the Super Bowl begins anew as the Carolina Panthers and Denver Broncos opened the NFL season last night. The Broncos beating the Panthers 21-20 after Carolina missed a last-minute field goal attempt.
And the kick is no good!
Al Michaels with the call on NBC Sports. The game a rematch of last season's Super Bowl where Denver won 24-10. Fox News, we report, you decide.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Need a mailbox rental but need more information? Remember, Personal Service Center, 789-6683. How does $10 a month sound with just a 3-month commitment? Remember, Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Mention WOCA and the setup fee is waived. Personal Service Center will email or text notifications to you when your packages arrive. Even scan mail so you never actually have to pick it up. Now that's service. Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Located on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, Ocala. Look for the yellow signs.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
WWWOCA, WWWOCA.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to the source, WOCA.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Beautiful Friday morning. Gosh, it's really nice out there. And you know what? It's good to say it's Friday, isn't it, Robin?
Oh, it is. It is.
I always look forward to the weekends. But I love what I do, though.
Yeah.
I just posted a picture of Joe I took a few years ago. And he's praying in the picture. And I posted that it's great to work for a family that's fun, fair, and faithful.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. Fun, fair, and faithful. You coined a new F phrase. That's cool.
The 3 Fs, yes. The 3
Yeah.
Fs, fun, fair, and faithful.
No, the family is beautiful. They give everything.
All right. First, let me do some really important news, and then we'll get to other things. First of all, there is going to be at Virginia Tech an opportunity for students to order burritos and have them delivered by drone.
Really?
Yes, this is
Cool.
important news.
Yes, I like that.
Drones will soon be delivered. Drones will soon be delivering burritos on the campus of Virginia Tech.
Nice.
Do I need to say any more? Food flies to you.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to have order something that's going to be delivered by a drone. I'll do it just.
It'll
just
get
to
old
do
quick.
it. Yeah.
Right? It'll get old quick.
Well, let's see. My son works in Manhattan, and he's
Right.
on the 50th floor or something like that. Wouldn't that be cool if they had I could order him something, and then the drone would fly by his window and just kind of hover out there?
Very cool. Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Another food story. KFC is debuting a new kernel for the football season.
Ooh.
This time, the part is being played by Rob Riggle. Rob Riggle, the first person to take on the role who was actually a real-life colonel.
Oh my.
The actor and comedian is a retired lieutenant colonel who used to serve in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve. Now he plays the owner, head coach, and marketing director of the Kentucky Buckets, which is a fake NFL team created by Yum Brands' owned KFC to promote the chain's $20 fill-ups.
Ooh, I see a cool commercial at the Super Bowl happening here.
Yeah.
It'll be up there with Budweiser.
What is a $20 fill-up? You get a bucket of chicken for $20? Is that what they mean?
I don't know. I've never ordered one before. We'll have to go check it out.
$20 fill-up.
We'll have to go check it out, see what comes with your $20.
All right, let's talk about these people not standing for the national anthem. 3 West Virginia University Institute of Technology volleyball players took a knee during the playing of the national anthem before a game on Wednesday. The players, all of whom are black women, said they were kneeling in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick, the National Football League quarterback who set off a national debate for refusing to stand during the national anthem in protest of racial oppression.
They shouldn't be allowed to play if they're going to not stand for the
Keona
anthem.
Morrow, one of the players and vice president of West Virginia University Tech's Black Student Union, said he's exercising his right to choose to sit or stand, so you have to recognize that he's got that right.
Our Constitution is being trampled on, and now our right to freedom, to live in the United States is being trampled on by not respecting the flag.
Brandon Marshall, a linebacker for the Denver Broncos, knelt also during the national anthem ahead of the NFL season opener with the Carolina Panthers last night.
I hope they didn't let him play.
Marshall became the latest sports figure to make the gesture following San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Same story, same reason. And the Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks, are planning some sort of a national anthem protest. Seahawks defensive back Jeremy Lane has already done so. Lane sat down during the national anthem before Seattle's final preseason game against the Oakland Raiders last week. But now it seems the entire Seahawks team is planning something during their season opener against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday, although it remains unclear what they're going to do. The first sign that more Seahawks players may join Lane and Kaepernick came from veteran wide receiver Doug Baldwin, who told the Seattle Times Wednesday that he has considered sitting through the anthem. He says, "I've considered it. I want to make sure I get all of my ducks in a row before I do so."
Ducks in a row.
Well, let me.
Jeez.
I thought about this, so I didn't want to mess up in my thoughts, so I wrote them down, if you don't mind. I usually don't do this, but... So here's a way to get your ducks in the row. I want you to understand what I think you should understand. If you won't stand for the national anthem, and or you won't place your hand on your heart for the pledge to the flag, you are exercising your right as an American. Nobody forces you to do those things. You have a right to not do them. For those of us who do those things, we do choose to do so out of respect. Out of respect for the men and women who set out to create a government that is based on the simple belief that everyone has a right to live free. We also stand for the national anthem and salute the flag out of respect for the men and women who gave their lives, and for those who were willing to give their lives to protect all of our rights to live in freedom. But if you choose not to stand or not to salute the flag because you are unhappy with something you think those symbols represent, and if your demonstration is going to make any difference at all, I think you should explain what you are opposing and why you are opposing it. Those symbols represent freedom. Are you opposing freedom? Those symbols represent liberty. Are you opposing that? Are you opposing the right to bear arms? Are you opposing the right to practice the religion of your choice or no religion at all? What are you opposing? Are you opposing freedom of speech or freedom of the press? Tell me. What is it? That's what those things represent. Are you opposing the belief that all men are created equal and that we are endowed by our Creator, if you believe in one, with certain unalienable rights? Those rights include life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Are you opposed to that? Are you opposed to the idea that we created a country, our forefathers did? Are you opposed to the idea that we have a country that stands up for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? What do you not like about those symbols? And what do you want to change? What do you want to change? And how do you want to change it? The flag, the American flag, represents a country that is governed by a constitution that begins with the words, "We the people," in big, bold print. So, this is your country. You are the people that govern this country. So, you're a governor. I'm a governor. We're all governors. Don't let anybody ever tell you anything different. This is what our founding fathers wanted you to understand. You are the governors. Don't let titles fool you. So as a governor, what do you want? What are you protesting? Why are you not standing to acknowledge the very things that give you the right to do that standing and that protesting? If you think the laws are unfair, then use your freedom of speech and change those laws. Have you ever heard this name before? Martin Luther King Jr.? He knew that the laws were not fair. He knew that the ideal of having a country that truly practiced what it professed in its constitution was not being realized. He realized that the dream of all men are created equal, which does include women, by the way, he realized that that dream didn't include black people, and he wanted to change that. And he said so. He made it clear. He made his point with words. He used his freedom of speech to explain the shortcomings that he wanted fixed. There was no question about it. We knew what he was saying, and we realized he was right. That's why changes were made. There was no question about it. America listened. Yeah, there was some pushback, but the majority of Americans heard what he was saying. And they said, my gosh, he's right. We haven't really been living the ideal that our forefathers set upon this land with the Constitution. So the changes were made. So what changes do you want? Why are you not standing? Why are you not putting your hand on your heart or saluting the flag? The flag represents our freedoms. And I want to talk about the national anthem just for a second, because I heard some pop star say that we should change the national anthem because it represents brutality. It represents a warmongering state of mind. We declared our freedoms and our independence in 1776. I know you all know that. We did that because we wanted to break free from the rule of the British Empire. I know you all know that. We fought for that freedom. We lost lives for that freedom. We lost lives to be independent. We lost lives so that we could practice the religions we wanted to practice, or none at all. We lost lives so that we could be in business for ourselves and grow our own crops and provide for our own families and make our own way in this world. And guess what? The rest of the world watched what we did, and they are trying to copy it even still to this day. But there are a lot of people who don't want you to have those freedoms. Some of them want Sharia law to replace the Constitution. Are you kidding me? You want that flag to be replaced by something that represents Sharia law? 1776 is when we declared that independence. In 1814, we still weren't completely free. Do you know that? The War of 1812 broke out. Britain was still trying to get us to give up our sovereignty, get us to give up our independence. How many years had passed from 1776 to 1814? We were still fighting. People were still shedding their blood. That is when the national anthem's words were written by Francis Scott Key to confirm that the American flag was still flying over Fort McHenry in Baltimore. The war was called the War of 1812, but it was 1814 when he wrote those words. I know you learned that in school, but I want you to remember what the song is about. Why are there rockets' red glares? Is it because we're a warmongering nation? No. It's because he wanted to confirm that representation of our freedom was still there. That flag, that star-spangled banner was still flying. Because if it was still flying, it meant he was still free. If it was still flying, it meant that we were all still free. If it was flying, it meant that we didn't have to succumb to the wishes of the British Empire, that we could still grow our own crops and provide for our own families. That's why he wrote that song. That's why that's our national anthem. It doesn't express a warmongering nation. This is what it says. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? You know what he's doing? He's saying to somebody next to him, hey, it's not that bright out there. Do you happen to be able to see it? Is the flag still there? It was there last night before the sun went down. I remember seeing it. Is it still there now in the morning? Those bright stars, those broad stripes, gosh, they mean so much to me. This is a perilous fight. And so he's watching with the other guys. And then there are the rockets, because they're at war. They're fighting for their freedom. They're fighting for the very things that flag represents. And those rockets have a glare, of course. They're like fireworks. And that light that comes off of those rockets shows him, yes, it's there. The flag is still there. Our freedoms are still intact. The bombs bursting in air is not an expression of a warmongering nation. It's showing you that the bombs in the air were brightening up the sky so he could see the flag. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Because this is the Star-Spangled Banner that flies over the land of the free and the home of the brave. That song represents that flag. That flag represents your freedom. It's not a song about violence. This is a song about defending our rights to maintain what we believe is a more perfect union. It is our anthem to proclaim to the whole world that we, the people, yourself included, even if you don't want to stand for it, that's your right. But that anthem shows the world that we don't give in to some monarch, we don't give in to some dictator, because don't forget, we the people, you are the governors. We are the ones responsible. We're the ones responsible. Follow the lead of those like Martin Luther King Jr. Follow the lead like those who founded this country. They established justice. They ensured domestic tranquility. What does that mean? That means you can live in peace in your own home. No government agency, no soldier has a right to just come in and take your home. Guess what? They do in other countries. We also have the right to provide for the common defense. And P.S., that does have a lot to do with you and not just our armies. That's why you have the right to bear arms. Because that way you can defend your own self and you don't have to wait. You're ready. You're ready at any given time. That is us. That is we the people. We are the ones that promote the general welfare. We're the ones who are secured by the blessings of liberty only because we do so. Thank you, veterans. It is those people who we call veterans who put their lives on the line, who made the decision that they were willing to give up their lives. What does it say? Secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. That's your children. That's your grandchildren. That's your grandchildren's grandchildren. If you don't do it now, it gets lost for them. If you choose to do anything that is meant to be a protest, if you choose to not salute the flag, if you choose to not stand for the national anthem, that's your choice. But if you want anything changed, stand up and make a speech. Put some words together. Tell us what you need changed. Show me a law that needs to be changed, and I will listen. If you tell me there are attitudes that need to be changed, you're right. There are attitudes that need to be changed. But don't forget that the very thing you're protesting gives you the right to tell us all what you're thinking. Take a little break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixing with clouds on this Friday with a thunderstorm around during the afternoon and evening hours, the high 89 to 93. And partly cloudy overnight Friday night, low 72 to 76. For Saturday and Sunday, sunshine mixing with clouds, a thunderstorm around during the afternoon hours of each day, the high both days 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Folks, we got to tell you one more time about a new low price on crepe myrtles at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Today, while supplies last, you get 2 white or cherry red crepe myrtles, regularly $14.99 each. You get 2 for just $7. That's better than a BOGO. It's a buy one, get 3 free. Bob still has those very popular dwarf ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas, $2.99. He's slashing the price on all palm trees by 20%, including Windmill, Pindo, Sago, European Fan, and even the Robollinis, all marked down 20%. Bob's famous camellias, the regular $19.99 size, are just $9.99, and the ones that sell for $29.99 are $19.99. And 2 all pottery, hundreds to choose from, reduced by 20%. Check it out, BobWinesCameliaGardens.net, then gone over to Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 2, homegrown, locally owned since 1952.
Hey, produce farmers, listen up. You know me. It's Nathan the Nematode, and I'm your biggest problem. That's because me and millions of my little friends are below ground right now, getting ready to feast on the roots of your crops. And we know you're having a hard time stopping us. So while you're searching for solutions, we're gorging on the season's harvest and
At approximately 4:25 p.m. today, Nathan the nematode and millions of fellow nematodes were pronounced dead thanks to Magistine, a powerful yet worker-friendly bionematicide. Apply Magistine pre-plant or every 3 to 4 weeks right up to harvest to improve your crop. Magistine controls yield-robbing nematodes and soil pests to deliver stronger, healthier roots and robust yields. The effective, worker-friendly, and sustainable Magistine just might be a lifeline for your crops. Goodbye nematodes, hello Magistine. Get yours today. Visit goodbyenematodes.com or call your local supplier. That's goodbyenematodes.com.
All right, 5 minutes before 8 o'clock, and looks like it's going to be another nice day. If you want to call in and say anything at all, you're welcome to call in. And if you, I know it's only 5 minutes, but I think Galen is going to talk on the same subject. So, all right, let me pick a number here. Good morning, you're on the air.
Larry, I want to compliment you. You put a lot of time and effort, and it's like you're writing music. So I think you're able to write music and write words, apparently. Very nice, by the way. I thank you for that. I just would bring to your attention, if you're not aware, could I ask you a question about Martin Luther King, Larry?
Yeah, go ahead.
The day that he was shot, do you know why he went to Memphis?
I don't know why he went to Memphis, no.
Let me ask you, are you aware of what Francis Scott Key, where his wealth came from, the man who wrote that song?
Does that matter? Aren't the words what we're talking about? Aren't the words what we're talking about?
Well, or the actions or the deeds. Are you aware of the fact that I'm not going to argue? I agree with you. I agree with the words. But no one's disagreeing with the words. It's justice for all. Did you know that Francis Scott Key, though, was a plantation owner?
Does that change the words?
If you read the words, there's a reference in there to slavery where he's defending it.
Where?
Are you aware of that?
No. Which words?
Larry, if you Google that question, it'll present itself the answer to you right now.
When I hear that song at a football game, I don't hear any reference to slavery.
Matter of fact, I think they say something in the third stanza or in the original writing. I'm not sure, but I thought being historical in nature, you may want to just take a look at that from a friend to a friend. I thought you might like that. But I'm complimenting you, and I'll leave you with this, and it's getting back to the word freedom. People can salute or put their hands on their heart, but technically, when the national anthem is played, the only people that are supposed to salute are people in uniform. Now,
correct.
Veterans can salute or civilians. That's their prerogative. Also, the hand on the heart is only for the national anthem. And I would say that having been a Marine on active duty for 2 tours and then some time in between where I was activated, we never say the Pledge of Allegiance in the Marine Corps. It's not that we're opposed to it. You do hear the national anthem
and
once in a while.
That
but
right.
I just thought you...
My whole point was to tell me what you're protesting.
Oh, well, have you found out what he's protesting? He was asked, and
how does that what does he want to change? What do they want changed?
I think police brutality is all he's protesting.
Of course, everybody wants to change that, but how does disrespecting the right to disrespect? You have a right to disrespect. You have that right. What do you want changed? A law? Do you want a new law that says police shouldn't be brutal? Well, there are already laws that say you shouldn't be brutal.
Well, here's a solution. I'm not calling a fight with you, Larry, but there is a solution. I think they want stronger citizens' oversight into law enforcement, and a lot of cities have that already, Larry. But I think maybe they want widespread citizen oversight, where citizens have oversight over law enforcement, not to the point of placing them in jeopardy, but just that where there's more citizen involvement, Larry, would be my take. I don't know the case well enough.
It could be. All right. Well, that sounds like a starting point to start talking about it. But if you're just going to ask the rest of us to look at you not standing and expect us to know that, I mean, put it into words. My whole point of bringing up Martin Luther King Jr. was because he put it into words so we understood what he wanted, and he made sense, and we listened, and we made changes because we realized we were making a big mistake. And if we're making a big mistake now, then tell us where we are. But how do you show the world that by not recognizing the very freedoms that give you a chance to say something without saying something?
Well, he may not be a gifted writer or orator or speaker. I don't know Colin Kaepernick's life. But I think the message is going to grow. I think you're going to get your your question answered.
Well,
that's all I got, Larry.
There you go. We got to go. There's more on the other side. I'm sure Gain will take this. We'll be right back.
Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. North Korea ratcheting up tensions with its claim it conducted a higher-level nuclear test. It'd be Pyongyang's fifth one.
The leaders of South Korea and Japan also condemning the test. As usual, the news announced on North Korean state TV. The newsreader saying the test was in response to American hostility, claiming the U.S. is issuing increasing threats of a nuclear war.
Fox Radio, Simon Owen. We're getting some fresh numbers out in the race for the White House.
Quinnipiac poll in the battleground of Florida. It is now all tied up 47-47 in the state of Ohio. So incredibly important. Donald Trump now leads Hillary Clinton by a point, 46-45.
Fox's John Roberts. Clinton leads by 5 points in Pennsylvania, and early voting kicks off today in North Carolina. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
I love vacations, but it's good to come home.
Is the pool overflowing?
We don't have a pool, and even if we did, it wouldn't be on the second floor.
Oh.
I told you before we left to turn off the water main.
I thought you said take down the weather vane.
We don't have one of those either.
Yeah, I was wondering why you said that. It does make more sense now.
Okay, genius, don't just stand there. Cut the main water off.
Okay, I'll go get the chainsaw.
Wait, what? No! What do we do when there's a plumbing issue?
Oh, I got this one. I'll be right back.
I said no chainsaw. Shut the water off and call Mike Scott Plumbing.
Of course. I definitely was not going for the blowtorch.
Uh-huh. The number should be etched in your memory, but just in case, 866-314-4443.
Okay, got it. 866-314-4443. On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
Really? A mariachi band?
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Anderson of Central Florida leads the way in outstanding quality and installation. Visit renewalbyanderson.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, buy 3 windows and the 4th window is 50% off. No money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyanderson.com. Renewalbyanderson.com. Offer ends September 30th. License CGC 1524135.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock, just take a breath. It's a beautiful Friday morning. Friday, right? It's Good Friday, right?
Yes.
I don't mean Good Friday as in the sense of Easter. I mean, it's a Good Friday.
Yes.
It looks nice out there. Galen Unol is on the phone from Life South Community Blood Center. I did not prepare something for Galen today because he sent us a request. He wanted to talk about the Seattle Seahawks plan to do some sort of a protest. I guess we don't know exactly what that'll be, and we won't know until Sunday. But hey, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin.
How are you?
Y'all?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Where are you right now?
Just taking my boys to school.
All right.
So.
Yeah, well, when Robin had sent me the letter that you wrote asking us if to give you an opportunity to talk about this, and of course we already had figured that this would be a talking point, and it's similar in my mind to the Occupy Wall Street movement, because just hear me out. It's similar in that the participants are not making it clear what they want changed, and that's kind of what I was trying to get at. What are your thoughts on it? Well, let me ask can we do the blood thing first, then we can get onto this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, it gets interrupted by the important stuff.
Yeah, right now we have a 5-day blood supply, and so we had a really good day yesterday. So thank you to the Bellevue Public Library, and we just need people to continue to get out there and give the gift of life and donate blood. It's an important weekend for our country, and especially for our blood supply as we commemorate the 15th anniversary of 9/11. And I just want people to get out there, give the gift of life, donate blood.
There you go. And I know a lot of, we talked about this the other day, a lot of people choose the September 11th anniversary to do this.
Sure.
And your comment was, well, could you do it every 8 weeks instead of every once a year? Yeah.
Hey, I'd settle for twice a year. If everybody donated once a year, just donated one more time a year, there would be no such thing as a blood shortage.
So I gave myself a huge mouthpiece earlier talking about this. I want to give it to you, too. Real quickly, let me mention Penn Flooring and Palm Garden. Thank you for sponsoring the important announcement Galen makes each morning. Penn Flooring has some beautiful flooring for you to consider for your home or your office. They are at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, right over near the McKay Williams Bridge, and that's a few blocks from Pine Avenue. And Palm Garden of Ocala, Health and Rehabilitation Center. My gosh, you know what makes it beautiful? The people. They also have the technology that makes their job very effective. So go see what they have, see what they offer, and consider them for your long-term healthcare needs, your rehabilitation needs. A lot of people don't realize you can be better rehabilitated there than in a hospital or even at home, because you got nurses right on stand. It's a skilled nursing facility. Give them a visit at 2700 Southwest 34th Street here in Ocala. All right, Galen, what is your thoughts on this not standing for the national anthem thing?
Well, I think you really, when you mentioned the comparison to Occupy Wall Street, I think that's a really good comparison. But here's my thing on the Seattle Seahawks, and when I read it, I got really frustrated for 2 reasons. One, if an entire team does something, that's pretty rare, and I would like, okay, because you can't get 53 men to agree on much of anything. And what this is becoming, much like Occupy Wall Street, it's becoming a fad. And I think you nailed it when you said, what are these people actually protesting? Social injustice? As you said, there's not a person that I've ever met who thinks that social injustice is a good thing. Here we are in 2016, and all of those, those men had an opportunity to play and do something that they love. Isn't that the very essence of the American dream? At its core, the fact that they have the ability to go out and get, and given every opportunity that they had in college, and they worked for that. It wasn't given. I shouldn't say that. They earned that opportunity. But they were given that opportunity in this stage, and then to somehow say and turn it around, well, there's a huge social injustice in this country. Okay, I want to see evidence of that. And all you hear are anecdotal stories about, well, I was once pulled over by a cop. I've been pulled over by a cop. You've probably been pulled over by a cop. Your father was a cop. And I just find that it's just become this fad that everybody wants to talk about. And they're not asking to change anything. They just want to bring the situation to light. That doesn't always help. If you have a solution, I'd love to hear it. But and so I'm really frustrated, especially because it's 9/11 weekend, and we're talking about social injustice when it's really become, in a lot of ways, the most patriotic day of the year. You'll see more flags this weekend than you may even see on 4th of July, and rightfully so, because this is a day in which our country was attacked. So I'm frustrated by the whole thing. And I think the whole Occupy Wall Street is a very good comparison.
Let me go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. My feeling on this is, I don't mind standing up for something, but why can't we say, this person, the quarterback for the 49ers, stand up and say, I am tired of 500 people dying in Chicago in 10 months. Because of black-on-black crime.
Well, my answer to that would be that's not the political system against them.
Yeah,
but I mean that's what let's stand up for the people that are dying every day. You have and I mean, and nobody talks about it. I mean, you hear it on Fox once in a while. Somebody will bring it up. But, I mean, this is just Chicago. You go to Philadelphia and you go to Los Angeles and you multiply the innocent people that are dying because of crime. Now, I would have respected that man for standing up for that. But I don't hear that. I don't hear that my brothers are being killed. I mean, I think he's of mixed race. I think he's half African American, and that's wonderful. I love blended families, and I mean, I have a Puerto Rican grandson, and I'm very proud, and I love him. But, I mean, I think, it's wonderful that people stand up for what they believe. But, I mean, to just say, like you said, we're oppression, make your point, like you said, Larry, and then make it go further, make it help. Stand up for something very, I mean, it's not meaningful because, so many people got killed by a police officer. I mean, that is bad. But the numbers say, too, that there's just as many, if not more, whites are killed. But at least,
I will tell you this.
Let's try to make a change, for the better.
I will tell you this. Colin Kaepernick, the reason he got involved in this is because his current girlfriend is one of the leaders within the Black Lives Matter movement. There's no doubt about that. That's a
The Black lives do matter. It is insane. It is insane for anybody to think that they don't. It's insane for anybody to think that the things that the flag and the song about the flag represent are somehow what you need to be opposing. What you need to be opposing. What you need to be opposing is people who commit crimes and aren't dealt with justly.
Held accountable.
You have to protest this kid who raped that girl and got 3 weeks on a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
That's what you need to protest. You need to protest anybody who has done anything wrong and got away with it, whether they're an elected official or a police officer or a thug on the street.
And just to follow up on that, it's got to be a specific thing, and you referred to Martin Luther King, and he was talking about a very specific thing.
Right.
And gave exactly what he was talking about.
Right.
And what are we talking about? It's like Occupy Wall Street. Nobody still to this day has a clue as to what they were complaining about.
They were complaining about They were complaining about corporations. They were using Apple computers, complaining about corporations. How odd is that?
Yeah, and again, we'll see what happens. But this weekend there are going to be flags and military and in blue, the men in blue and the men in red, and the New York Fire Department is going to be honored, and the national anthem means something, and I understand. I came out earlier this week or sometime and talked about how he has a right to do it, and I respect his right to do it, but there is a time and a place for everything, and this weekend is not the place to do a protest during our national anthem.
I want to
during that solemn moment when you see, if you go back and you look and you see men, grown men who are athletes crying during the national anthem, they are not crying because all of their brothers and sisters are oppressed. They're crying because, wow, I made it. I got my opportunity and I made the most of it. And I just find it shameful that they're going to protest during 9/11. That's my view.
And the biggest flag change threat is from Sharia law. If we allow Sharia law to take over, and they change that flag with some flag that represents Sharia law, then I won't be standing either. I'll be with you.
Well, let's be honest. If that happens, there's been a whole revolution, and we're now a theocracy in the world that we live in.
I'm just saying that the freedoms that we have right now in this land are the very freedoms that where Sharia law, those people, the average citizen, wish they had. They wish they had this freedom.
Absolutely. Well, the people who in power don't want those laws, but the little people in it.
Right.
And I believe, and there are men and women who have fought for that right and will continue to fight for that right. I got in a war on Twitter yesterday because this guy's like, well, I respect their opinion and I respect their right to protest. Nobody's questioning that. Nobody is all of a sudden saying, you know what, you must stand for the national anthem.
Right.
Nobody is saying that.
Nobody said it. Right.
What I'm saying is there's a time and a place, and this whole thing, and there's one very important, and I've told you this, if you look at the NFL, you've got to follow the money. Since Colin Kaepernick took a knee, his jersey sales have skyrocketed, and they're now the number one selling jersey for the NFL. All right? And so I am sure that every NFL player is looking at that going, I need to drive my jersey sales. So let me see what this guy's doing. And a lot of that is festered, and I don't think it helps. I don't know how the entire Seattle Seahawks on 9/12 not standing for the national anthem when they're going to have all of these men in uniform around them, how that's going to somehow help the cause. Now, the last time something like this happened, now they're the LA Rams. Back then, they were the St. Louis Rams. And these guys came out and they lifted their hands up and were shouting, "Hands up, don't shoot." Guess what? We know that narrative was just a pile of nothing, and that Michael Brown never had his hands up. And I think these guys need to really think and pray long and hard about what they're going to do on 9/11 Sunday. Because it's going to be very disrespectful if they decide to take a knee, when people have died as a result of defending our rights, because that's what those terrorists did. They came at us and they said, we don't like what you represent.
Right,
we don't like the freedoms that you offer.
There you go. That's
and we are going to attack you.
That's
and
right.
So by you not standing, that means, in my mind, that means you're on their side and you're against our rights. I get it, protesting is a right, but there's a time and a place for everything. If you're at a Veterans Memorial Service and you decide at that moment not to stand for the flag, there could be some serious recourse for your actions, right? You have to be held accountable for your actions.
I will never forget the time.
To me, it's the equivalent.
Robin and I went to an event down in the Villages, and the guest of honor was, I think he was a Marine, and he had lost both of his legs. And he went up to the podium, and we were all wondering, oh my gosh, that he can't reach the microphone. And with his arms only, he lifted himself up to the microphone. And you know what he said, Galen? He said, "I stand for America." It is the most amazing thing to think of a man without legs telling you something that has two meanings. I stand for America. I stand.
Absolutely.
Period.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
I stand. And he stood for me. He went and he fought for this country. Whether you agree with the war he fought in or not, that's not the question. Whether and the whole point of this is if you don't want to respect the symbol that gives you the freedom to disrespect it, that's up to you. But tell me what you want changed. Tell me what's going on in your mind that if you were the king of the world, you would change. Because if you say, well, when bad policemen do bad things, they should be arrested, you're right. Bad policemen who do bad things should be arrested.
Absolutely. And again, there's a time and a place, and this weekend is not the time, and it's not the place when we're going to be honoring the. I mean, think about how many people died as a result of 9/11 fighting for our rights, and I just can't get past that. That's what I keep going back to. You know, do you think? And this is what I said in Twitter yesterday, and it got people got mad. Do you think those firefighters who rushed into that building cared about social injustice? Do you think they were only saving the white people? Do you think they were only saving, oh, wait, you're a Christian, I'll save you. Oh, you're a Muslim, I'm going to let you die? No, they went up there for all of us.
That's it. And those who attacked those buildings, they didn't make a phone call to find out if Galen Unild was in those buildings or if Larry Whitler was in those buildings. They didn't care who was in those buildings. They didn't say, are there any children? Are there any children in there? Yeah. Are there any innocent? Is there a grandma in there? Because if there is, I don't want. Are there any American Muslims in there? Because if there are, I don't want to attack. They didn't care. They just killed. Period.
Indiscriminately, and that's why you stand. That's why you stand, because every firefighter and every man in blue, they put their lives behind yours. And now, on that day, you're going to somehow say that the world is against you, and that, well, not the world, these men in blue are against you, the social inequality and the social injustice. They gave their life to save you. And that routinely happens.
And P.S. I want to comment on something Mark said earlier. Mark had called in and he said the third verse of the national anthem endorses slavery. I want to read you the words, and then I found somebody smarter than me who analyzes these words. This is what the words say in the third verse. Are you ready? And where is that? First of all, we don't sing these words at the ball games. So if you're not standing because of the national anthem, because of this verse, then A, study what the verse really says, and B, recognize that we're talking about what it's representing, which is the flag, which is your freedom. So here's what it says. It says, and where is that band who so vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave, and the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. So go back to this. The band who so vauntingly swore, that's the British. The British who boasted. Exactly. The British who boasted about being able to take slaves and put them in their armies so they would die. Hello? The blood that was washed, their foul footsteps pollution, they were basically saying, look, the British troops took the slaves and the hirelings, which, by the way, were the German, what do they call them, the Hessians?
Yes.
The German Hessians were the hirelings, and the slaves were the slaves. And they took them, and they put them in their armies so they could fight and die for the British Empire.
Yep.
That's what he's saying. He said no refuge could save them from their own graves.
That's right.
They gave them propaganda. They told them, look, if you fight for us, you can go back and attack the guy who owned you at one time. And they said, yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. And where did they end up? In the ground. And that's what that's what he's saying.
Yeah, it doesn't advocate slavery.
It doesn't advocate it at all.
No, it
Not
does
at all. Not at all.
All right, I have to take a break. We'll take that break and be right back.
The The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixing with clouds on this Friday with a thunderstorm around during the afternoon and evening hours, the high 89 to 93. And partly cloudy overnight Friday night, low 72 to 76. For Saturday and Sunday, sunshine mixing with clouds, a thunderstorm around during the afternoon hours of each day, the high both days 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Palm Garden of Ocala leads in the area of orthopedic care with proven outcomes. Planning to have a new hip or knee joint due to arthritis or as the result of a fall? Palm Garden may be the answer. Guests appreciate the services of highly trained therapists and state-of-the-art equipment. And if you pre-register, you can secure a private room at no extra charge by mentioning this ad. Palm Garden makes no bones about it. They provide the best in orthopedic care. Call 854-6262. That's 854-6262.
Have you heard of Hyperdirectory? When looking for local businesses, go to hyper.directory. No need for www, no need for .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to local companies when it matters most. Hyperdirectory is your local business directory partnered with the Ocala Chamber and Economic Partnership to bring you trusted local businesses. Keeping Ocala local. Use hyper.directory. No www, not even .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to businesses when it matters most.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs. And all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All right, 26 minutes after 8 o'clock. Galen Unoldo's on the phone. Different kind of a conversation this morning, but not unusual. We've had these before, and usually it happens around September 11th, by the way. This happens that this time we're agreeing.
An emotionally charged time, isn't it? I mean, 9/11 provokes emotion, and
Yeah.
I don't think that's bad. I think it's a great discussion to have because, you know, if we cannot take our rights for granted, and I'm not, and I don't say that lightly, but you know, there comes a point in time where, you know what, we need to put these differences that we have to the side, and I still need to stand for everything that this country does believe in. So,
But
I
if you
think
do,
that's September 12th.
but if you do have a disagreement, figure out a way to articulate it so the rest of us can hear what you've got to say.
Yep.
You know, and then maybe like when Martin Luther King Jr. did what he did, we heard him. We said, "Oh my gosh, he's so right. Let's fix this mistake." The same thing has to happen here. You can't just sit. You can't just. I mean, how do we know what you're really saying?
Exactly.
You can't just stand in Wall Street with an iPad.
Yeah, right. And an Apple computer and say,
you know what?
You're calling your mama to send you some money?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And you can't be and have an entitlement attitude either. I mean, one of the things about this country is you are free to fail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you are free to succeed and free to fail. It's not easy to succeed. That's why it's such a great thing when you do.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree.
Well, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Well, you know,
I'm out of wind.
Bloodmobile today. Yeah, we're at Automax today, and Automax is doing something kind of cool. They're doing, everybody who donates at Automax is going to be entered to be in a drawing for a $500 gift card.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's kind of cool. We're really excited. They're just a great partner. This weekend, Bloodmobile is going to be, you know, all over the place, and just come by the center, come by the Bloodmobile, give the gift of life, donate blood. It's 9/11. And when you donate, just think about who it goes to and what it's all about, and all the people that have died for our right to give or to not give.
Yeah. In less than a month, I'll be up in New York with Alex, and we'll be visiting the
memorial.
Ground Zero.
Oh yeah, I really want to go there. But, yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know that we're going into the museum or even to the observation deck, even if that's open. I'm not so sure. But, we have a history because I took him there when he was a little kid. Mm-hmm. And Ocala had a history. And his mom had a history because his mom worked for Antennas for Communications. Mm-hmm. And they actually had an antenna on top of the World Trade Center. So we kind of had a little history there. And so to go back to where that was And to see all those names, and we know people on that list of names, not real close, but there's some names on there. I'm going to look them up when we get there. I think is there a way to find them, Rob? Easy to find them, or are they?
Oh, find what?
Yeah, there's an index.
Oh, there's an index?
Oh, yeah.
Index on there,
Yeah, it's real easy to find.
All right. Well, Galen, have a great weekend. Thank you for your contribution to the show, as always. And you make a great contribution all the time, but today was outstanding. Thank you for what you do.
God bless you, Galen.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you guys very much, and thank you for this platform.
All right. We will be right back. Have a good weekend.
All right. You too.